All right, y'all jump in the comments, man. Um, Country Cousins podcast. This is the podcast. Welcome back. I'm live. Welcome back, man. It's been a long time coming. I'm gonna tag some of my folk, man. Um, who in here already? My daughter calling me. Hey, I'm gonna hit Kenny. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right.
Yo, what up?
What's him? What's him? I'm waiting
Not
on our
much, not
special
much.
guest, man. I'm waiting on our
Wait,
special
no.
guest real
Yeah.
quick. This your boy
Yo, what the
Emmett
heck?
Piff. Let me hit our special guest up real quick.
Man, I got that little light. I'm still in the truck.
It's all good. All right.
Uh,
Let's.
man, they gotta make me. I gotta send the phone first. Nah,
We
what's
finna get
up?
ready, man. All right. Look, this Country Cousin podcast, man. We back in this thing. We back in here. I got my partner with me. I got Johnny Raymond, aka John, aka Johnny Tsunami. Hey,
What's up?
my boy. Then my boy.
What's good?
Joe
What's
Jones
good?
up here. My cousin Ray up here. Hey, we got a special guest for y'all, man. I lost 2 viewers, but it's all good. The 5 of y'all rocking with me, stay with me. We got a special guest, man. Um, Former NBA player, dunk contest participant. What more can I say about him, man? Won 2 medals. I'm gonna go ahead and big him up before he get up here, right? I'm gonna go ahead and big him up before he get up here, man. So this guy is from Elizabeth City, right? This guy from Elizabeth City, man. He was selected as a state player of the year, Reebok Classic MVP over Sean Kemp, Dennis Scott, and J.R. Reed. He went to Fort
I'm
Benning
back. I'm
Military
back.
Academy. That's all good, bro. His senior year, he averaged 31 and 12 as a 2. As a 2, he played the 2 and the 3. First team USA Today. Uh, he scared off some of the top level recruits going to Chapel Hill because of his play. He played at Barton Community College, went to Elizabeth City State, didn't play a game, went to the NBA. He won silver in the FIBA Mirror Cup in 1989. He was a dunk contest participant, as I ever already said. So it's a few things we got to talk to him about, man. We got to talk to Kenny about a few different things. And we finna get him on right now. He said he ready. We finna bring him in. Y'all stay with me. Stay. I got John. We got 19, my boy. We got 19 in this thing, my boy.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Just shot him that message. Where you at? Where you at? Ray said I'm country. I know it, cuz. I know it, cuz. Hey, one episode, man, we're going to have to bring family on, my boy. We're going to have to bring family on and tell some of these grow-up stories and how we grew up. and whatnot.
Shit.
Some of the tail whippings we used to get and whatever, man.
I'm I'm podcasting from the truck.
Duke Nation. Hey, cuz said Duke Nation, man.
You already know.
We're gonna have an episode about that too, man. Let me straighten out my jaw
Stay
real
up the
quick. Let
truck.
me get real fresh and dapper like real quick. Oh, there you go. There he go. There he go.
You get him in here.
All right, John. I'm gonna have to.
Need me to bleep out?
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to bleep out, brother.
Yeah, I'll be in there about
All right.
comment.
Be in the comments, my
All right.
dog. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it to him. We gotta give it to him, man. We got to give it to him. Yo, what up, my boy? All right, we're waiting on him now. It's all good. It's all good, man. We look, man. We got one for y'all today, man. We're gonna talk about him going up against Alonzo Mourning. Man, look, we're gonna talk about playing in Indiana with Reggie Miller. Oh my God, we gotta have some Reggie stories. If he wants to give them to us, man, we got to get some stories, my boy. Hey, I'm ready. There he goes. Yes, sir.
What up, kid?
Yes, sir.
What's good with you? What's
Man,
up?
nothing much. Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man.
No
Yes,
problem,
sir.
man.
Yes,
No
sir.
problem.
So let's get down to business, man. Let's get down to business. So talk to me about coming up in Elizabeth City, man. Who were some of your influences, man? Who did you look up to? Let me turn it down a little bit.
Let me turn my TV down a little bit. Sorry about that. I got my New Year on the wall. I celebrated a
Come
little bit.
on, man.
Come on, man. You know how I got to celebrate. Let me turn my TV
Yes,
down.
sir. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Let me turn this down a little
All
bit.
right.
Okay, I'm with you. I can
All
hear you
right,
good
bet,
now.
bet. So, man, talk to me about Elizabeth City, man. Coming up, some of your
Listen,
influences. Who inspires you to play basketball? Who did you pattern your game after?
well, first of all, growing up in Elizabeth City at that time, you know, everybody was playing basketball. Everywhere you went, every basketball court outside, every gym, everybody was playing
Gotcha.
basketball. I come from a basketball family. One, I come from a basketball family. My brother was an All-American in high
Damn.
school. Averaged like 30 points a game. He was like 6'7", 6'8". My older brother also passed. He passed away now. He taught me how to be strong mentally, and my other brother, which was 6'7", taught me how to not limit myself just because I'm
Yeah.
6'11".
You say 6'11"?
I'm 6'11".
Ooh, wait. All right.
Yeah. So I come from a basketball family, first
Yes,
of
sir.
all, and then at the era in the '90s, in the early '90s, the late '90s, everybody was playing in Elizabeth.
Gotcha. I gotta set this up, man. It's gonna be a good one, bro. It's gonna be a good one.
City. Elizabeth City is a 2A right now in high school. They 2A, so they real low now.
Yes, sir.
But when I was playing, we were
Come on,
4A.
man.
So we were playing against a lot of big teams up close to Raleigh, Wilson Fight, Wilson Hunt, Wilson Bedingfield. We were in the Big East, you know, so we were playing kind of all over.
Gotcha.
I patterned my game mostly behind my brothers. You know, that's what the basics was because they were so good. They were really good. And so I patterned my game after my brothers at first. And I live right next to Elizabeth City State
Yes,
University,
sir.
right next to the university. So once I got the basics down, I was able to go then on the campus, kind of put everything together.
Gotcha.
And at that time, Elizabeth City State had
Yes,
squads.
sir.
You know, it wasn't like it is now where it's watered down. It looked like a high school
Yes,
almost
sir.
out there now. So back then, everybody was 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot. You
Good
know,
gracious.
really, it was so much like that the best in the ACC were actually playing against the best in the CIAA
Wow.
in Elizabeth City at Vaughn
What?
Center. So I met. That's where I met Len Bias and a lot of those
What?
guys because it was the best in the ACC against the best in the CIAA.
Yes, sir.
So I live right next to the university. So that's where I was honing my skills at Elizabeth
I
City
got you.
State.
Let me turn it up.
So that's where it started.
All right, my fault, man. I'm sorry. Carry on, man. I was trying to adjust myself.
No, it's all good. And that's basically where it started. So once I learned the basics in playing with my brothers, then I kind of just hopped over the fence, which was right next door to Elizabeth City State. And then I went in that gym, which so ironically, the gym that everybody play in, not the main gym, they have two gyms. The other gym, so ironically, the name of that gym is Williams
Yeah,
Hall.
it is. It is.
You know, so it's like I always say it was like destiny because that gym, the name of it is Williams Hall, and I can see that gym from my mother's front door. You know what I mean? That's the farthest she would let me go, so I couldn't really go that much farther from the crib at that age. You know, so that's where I honed my skills at. And the funny thing is, a lot of people ask, "Man, how were you able to get the jumping ability? How you get your shot, the right arch?" Well, when I first started, I never knew the goal was supposed to be 10 foot. I never knew. I never knew that. So my father, when we first started, you know, back then, he went and got like a telegram pole, you know, the poles that you make wood. And then back then, with the basketball goals, they had the backboard, then they had like a big brace on it, and then you had to build all that stuff. So only after I played on that basketball goal for about maybe 4 or 5 years of my life, I really found out how tall it was. It was 13 and a half foot.
Grace.
So you see, so I was not knowing, my parents not knowing how tall to put the basket. So by shooting that high, I already shooting with an arc. And then I was actually starting to dunk that basketball goal. Yeah, so by the time I got to the 8th grade and playing organized ball, the 10th grade, the 10-foot goal was nothing because I've been playing on a 13 and a half foot goal.
I got you.
So that's where it initially started. Now, once I got to the 8th grade, that's when you start to get competitive in 8th grade. You start playing. But the coach of the team, he was a basketball player, you know, and that's what we're going to get into next. He was a basketball player. When I went to the 9th grade, that coach was a basketball player. I went to high school, Carl Harris. He was an amazing player. And all of them actually played in the practice on the second team. You know, that way you get a chance to see what you're supposed to do as opposed to being do this and do that. You get a chance to see because they were playing.
That's real. That's real.
And so that's, you know, everything was just in the right place, man. The timing that I grew up in a basketball family. Then everybody was a basketball junkie in Elizabeth City. I grew up on the campus, and that's where I honed.
So let me ask you this: was there anybody that you played against that you said, "Man, this guy could have made it, or this guy should have made it," but he just
brother, he's 6'7". He played against Buck Williams. He was playing against Buck Williams that played for Portland in high school. They were playing against each other. Yeah, Buck Williams played for Rocky Mount. My brother played for Northeastern, so we were playing each other. He was averaging like 30 something. So he was who I wanted to be like. Yeah, he was who I wanted to be like.
Up, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, so, who I wanted to be.
Let me ask you this, man. Coming up through high school, you said, you know, playing with coaches that actually played the sport. And they will get in and go second team with y'all, and I'm pretty sure they will bust y'all ass. They will come in and no holds barred.
Yeah.
Do you think that's one of the things that's lacking from the high school sports now? You know,
of course, in Elizabeth City, it's not to disrespect anybody. Listen, I have a lot of young players here in Atlanta I work with. They're only like 8, 9 years old, but when you see them, they playing like they're 21, 22. Because up here in Atlanta, a lot of the guys that go on to university, they come back and they be coaches in the high school, and they are on a certain level. Now, because where we come from in those small towns, you don't really have anyone to come back and coach that has the credibility to really coach. I'm not just talking about standing in as a coach because you have the name to coach. And today, because basketball is such a lucrative, it's a lucrative business. Now parents are starting to say, hey, we can take little Sammy right here, our son, get behind him, give him everything he needs. And in the end, you see the contracts today. I'm an agent. I've been a basketball agent for the last 10 years. So, so you see where the contracts are going. You see how far they're going. So now parents are starting to say, you know what I mean? Maybe I should take him out of school and just homeschool him and put everything into this. But the problem is, in the smaller towns like in Elizabeth City, they don't have anybody with no type of experience that helps them. I even talked to Jerron Moore. He's the head of Patrick High School. He went to Elizabeth City State, great athlete. His father, Elgin Moore, played during the time that I did. And he's the head coach out there. They won one game in the high school, and Northeastern won 2 games. Last 3 games in the whole year. That's because, you know, and I talked with Jerron. He's like, man, I just don't understand why they don't want to follow instructions. That comes with experience and how to reach the player. You know, he's still young enough that he don't really grasp that. But me and him talking, and we're gonna do some basketball stuff in the summer to try, so I can try to show him, you know, how to reach the kids. You got a team full of 12 kids. Each kid is different. You can't teach every kid the same. You got to develop a relationship with each kid. That's how you reach them. That's how you reach them. And then you got to be able to understand, you know, each level. I can see the players and what level that they're getting to. And you got to understand what they need to work on. How much, like for instance, like in the high school, you get 2 hours of practice, right? But 2 hours of practice, that's not even enough time to just shoot. You got to spend 10, 15 hours just to shoot. You know? So that's why when I get in the position, I'm trying to work my way to North Carolina to get a coaching position in Elizabeth City because I want to put my city back on the map. You know what I'm saying? It's needed. It's needed.
The athletic director of Northeastern High School. I'm not sure who's the basketball coach, but I know the athletic director.
Nixon.
Good guy.
Nixon.
Great
yeah, but see, and look, we're supposed to be related, but see, that's what I'm saying. He's a good guy, but he don't have that experience that's needed. No disrespect for Ron.
No problem, man. No problem. You know,
I'm just speaking basketball.
I understand.
You have, like I told you, 2.5 hours of practice. That's not enough time. You know, for me to get to where I got to, I used to spend all like 8, 9, 10 hours.
Come on,
shooting.
Man. That's
shooting.
Great. That's a full-time job, bro.
Half a day, all day, just shooting. Then I would spend half a day, all day, just dribbling. Then I would spend half a day. So when you have a coach that's coaching these practices only for 2 hours, you have to be able to have the experience, especially now where the talent is now. You have to have somebody to teach them, look at a coach to be able to look at the players and say, okay, this guy right here have this. I need to add this to his. Then you got to look at the other players and say, I need to add this to his game. That's what you have to be able to understand to be able to win. Like, good guy. Actually, I think we related distance a little bit, but he don't have the experience that's needed.
I understand.
He don't have that experience, and it's no disrespect, but you got to have experience to know how to look at one. You got to look at your team, and then you got to be able to look at them individually, and then you got to be able to take them individually and work on the things that whatever that position is calling for, and you got to work on that.
I got you.
And that's what helped make me to the player that I became. It ain't just me that came through Elizabeth City. It's a lot of players that came through during that time that could have made it. But that was due to the coaches, man.
Yeah.
And like right now in these small towns, we don't have the coaches with the experience of how to get the player better.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, lead the team. You got to get the player better at that position, and then be able to go take them as a group collectively and be able to teach them the
I understand.
game.
I understand.
You got to teach the
I
game.
understand.
And like I said, he don't have that much. We speak about Nixon only because you asked me
Yeah,
about it.
I
So
understand.
he didn't go to a major university to understand what the next level
Yeah,
is. The next
yeah,
level, because it's a level to
yeah.
this. It's so many different
Now,
levels.
now, from what I've heard, I heard he was a stud in high school. I heard that he was unbelievable. I heard that,
Who?
Ronald Nixon. I heard that he was unbelievable in high school, quarterback. But we're gonna change the subject. We're gonna change the subject. We're gonna change the subject.
But we ain't changing this. Listen, we talking
Yeah, I
basketball.
understand.
Look,
I
that's what
understand.
these kids need to understand the difference between somebody that really know the game and somebody that really not necessarily talking about Nixon, but what I'm saying
I
is
understand, man.
your players are only gonna be as good as the information your coach will give to them,
True.
or how he explain what you should be doing at your position and what you should be doing as a teammate.
Gotcha.
You got to be, and that comes with playing on a certain level.
So let me ask you this:
You know?
where does
Yeah.
the foundation start? Like, where do you believe the foundation starts, man? Do you think it starts middle school, high school? Where do you think you start building the fundamentals? And then we're gonna go to my next question is about you and Alonzo. I understand y'all play two different positions, but I just want to hear about the balance.
Okay.
But where
Okay.
do you think the fundamentals start and where they need to be ironed in? At what point is it elementary? Is it pee wee ball, the little league? Is it middle?
It's a mix. It's a mixture, because as soon as they're able to run and dribble and not look down at the ball and travel and stuff like that, well, it all depends on the kid. And I get it. All depends on who's
Gotcha.
coaching. Because my son in Israel, I remember starting him out when he was about
Yeah.
four or five, just doing chest passes, running back and forth, just getting his
Dang.
coordination with his legs. Yeah, he was about 4 or 5, something like that. He was about 4 or 5. And so, like, I think it starts as soon as you see the kid is able to dribble, but you got to be able to teach him to dribble. You can teach him to dribble at
That's
4 years
real.
old. You can teach him. You can teach him as long as he see what you're
That's
doing,
real.
and you can
That's
teach
real.
him. So it just depends on your child, how interested he is in the sport.
Gotcha.
Of course, he can be interested in
Gotcha.
it. In my situation, of course, my son and my daughters will be interested in it only because of the achievements that I achieved
Yeah.
doing it. But it don't matter. I think it can start as early as 6, 7 years old. I think it can start right up
Gotcha.
in there when they're able to
Gotcha.
run and dribble.
So where do you think the understanding of the sport? Because I loved basketball growing up, right? But I didn't fully understand it until maybe like middle high school, like start understanding angles and layups on the easiest points and taking care of the free throw line and matchups and different things.
Right.
So where do you think the understanding of the sport comes in
at? It depends on the knowledge of the person that's teaching it.
Gotcha.
If you can get your point across, if you can explain it to the child that he can grasp it. Some players can play, but they can't coach.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
And I'm not saying that you need to be playing basketball to reach the next level of coaching, but you got to have a certain mind of understanding. Like with me, I played all 5 positions: the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5.
Man. That's what's up.
Well, I know what a 2 position is supposed to do. I know what the point is supposed to do. I know what the 3 is supposed to do.
Damn.
But when you're a point guard, it's kind of hard to know what a 3-man should be doing because you never played the 3 before. You only imagining what a 3 is supposed to do. But I know it from playing. I know it from playing the 2. I know it. That's why I said, like, going back to Nixon, he only played the point guard.
Gotcha.
So, or the point or the 2 positions. So it's very hard for someone to tell somebody how to play the 3 or the 4 when you never played it. You can come on the paper and say at the 3 position you're supposed to be over here, but did you play the 3 position to know exactly what you're supposed to be doing?
I got you.
If you didn't, it's a little bit. You can't get your point across the way it should be gotten across to that player because you never played that.
That's real. That's true.
So that's why I said, like, right now, because like up here in Atlanta, it's the high school talent crazy. Like they 4A and 5A and 6A.
See, I'm from the crib, man. I grew up in Douglasville, man. So
for real?
Yeah, I grew up around the way.
Oh, so
Georgia
okay,
Tech
so
was
well, you already.
yeah, Georgia Tech was my
Okay,
favorite.
so who was coming through then when you was here? Who was coming through? You
Dwight
remember?
Howard came through.
Okay,
That was
okay,
my freshman year. Dwight came through. Jr.
okay,
Crittenton came through. Josh
okay.
Smith was coming through.
Yeah,
Lou
yeah.
Will came through, and it was a guy that played
As
for
that
Lou
okay,
Will. It was a few
okay,
different, you know what I'm saying?
okay. No, so I was just because they still Lou Williams still have like a summer league here. Lou Williams still have like a little
Got
league
you.
here. Also,
Got you.
Mills have a couple of
That's
leagues
what's
that he
up.
be doing here, and I also do
Oh,
leagues
yo,
here now. So
word.
yeah, so that's what
That's
I
what's
do.
up, bro.
You know,
So,
so and I do camps and little clinics and stuff. But the bottom line is, like, we really have to get on our game with
true,
hiring the right
true,
coaches in North Carolina and the small
true.
towns because now, especially if you're in
Yeah,
2A, because that's why none of us is going to the next level with 2A. You also got to have a
yeah.
coach to be able to contact these colleges and say, hey, I got a few players, come look at these players, because a coach is just as responsible for you becoming an All-American as you are yourself
Yeah,
becoming
yeah,
one.
that's real.
Because you have the connections and like, where you
Man,
at right
I'm
now?
in North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina right now.
What part? What
A
part?
little bit close to Elizabeth City. A little close to Elizabeth City. Yeah,
Okay, so you in a small
yeah,
town.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. So in these small towns, that's what the problem is now. It's not anybody coming into these small towns with the knowledge of how to make the players
Yeah,
better,
that's
man.
real.
And you can't just come in now and say, okay, I'm the coach, do this. And no, because I'm telling you, here in
Yeah,
Atlanta, the guys the same age as guys out there, these guys play like they're in
yeah,
college
yeah, 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 yeah.
because the coaches up here are they went to college, D1 colleges for 4 years, or they went semi-pro, so they're able to coach these kids on a certain level because
Got you.
mentally they
So
got
they got
it.
the yeah.
But
You right, bro.
yeah, so down in Elizabeth City and all those small
Yeah,
towns, we don't have anybody anymore, and I gotta do something
that's
about
real,
that.
man.
I have
That's
to,
real.
I have
Come
to
on back,
because
man.
basketball is on a certain level
Come
now,
on
man.
back,
I'm
man.
telling you,
Hey,
I'm
yes,
trying.
sir.
I'm trying to work my way in. I really would love to, be right in Elizabeth City. But if I can't, even if it's a smaller town around, and I'm doing great here in
Yeah,
Atlanta, but I really feel like I got to give back to North Carolina because a lot of these guys are getting
I got
better.
you.
I've been up here 3 and 4 years, and I'm looking at them and I feel guilty every time I go home because I can't
I
be
got
helping
you.
these kids get better. And North Carolina needs you. I got nephews that's coming
Yeah,
through, going to come through up
come
there,
on, man.
and they're also very
Yeah,
good. So I want them to be coached by somebody that
that's what's
know
up.
what they're talking about and that can help get them to the next level
Got
mentally.
you.
Like I said, it's no disrespect to our small towns, but we just don't have nobody on that level
That's
mentally.
real. That's
And if
I
you
understand
don't
that.
know how to make a player, you got to be able to look at a player, man, on that high school level and say, he can play the 1, 2, and the 3. Okay, he can play the 4, 5, and the this. And then you got to be able to get in the gym with them and give them what they need to get better at that position.
Man, I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that
Yeah,
like the small universities like Elizabeth City State, certain players,
I need
you know what
that.
I'm saying, didn't make it as far because they played out of position and they didn't get what they needed to play that position at
Uh,
that next level. So let
Exactly.
me ask you this. You and Alonzo Mourning. I heard many
Yeah.
stories, many battles. I heard about how now I want you to tell me the story or tell us the story of how he tried to dunk on you and you blocked it. You blocked it. You met him. You met him at the top. You met him right there, and you blocked it, and the whole gym went crazy. I heard about it. I heard about it, man.
Well, I mean, the only reason why they matched us up together because Alonzo was number one in the world, and I was number three and number four, and
Woo!
we were right next. Yeah, so we were right next to each other.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
coming through high school, he was number one. Because back then, coming through high school, they were taking big
Yeah.
men. I'm not a big,
Yeah.
so they number one was Lonzo Mourning, number two was Stanley Roberts, number three was Billy Owens, and number four was me.
Dang. So
Yes.
let me ask you this. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man, but
It's okay.
When you woke up and read the paper and saw Kenny Williams, number 4 player in the nation, beside your name, what was your thought, man? Like, how did you think? Like,
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really know what that stuff meant. I never paid attention to the newspapers or the magazines. People used to bring them to me. Hey man, look, your name right here. Hey, your name. I didn't even know what that stuff meant. It didn't. I didn't fall into that category of say, hey, I'm here. We wasn't focused on going to the NBA at that time. We were just enjoying the game and playing the game for the game. You know what I mean? And so, but it wasn't just, you know, being number 4 in the country, because I've always been, since I first started in the 8th grade, I was starting to be ranked. So I was ranked very high even in the 8th grade.
I got you.
And so I didn't really respond to it. It wasn't something I even knew what it meant.
Man.
You know, I know now. Now I say.
So
after I got through it, I was like, oh wow, maybe I would have made that decision differently. You know what I mean?
Looking at the papers now, looking at the articles now, going back and what you did before, like what's your, like, you know, as far as your trials, you know what I'm saying? Like what you did, whatever the good things. We ain't even discussing. We're giving you your flowers, man. We ain't even discussing.
We can discuss everything, man, because that's what I'm saying. This platform right here is, I think a lot of people don't even really know what transpired when you talk about what's the bad.
Man,
nobody even know what transpired.
I understand, man.
I mean, for me, I was young, went to the NBA at 18. You know, I just give you briefly a little bit of it.
But 18, bro?
Yeah, I was turning 19.
Hold on. Before I understand you about to get into that, but I want to talk about this too. I want to mention this. Kevin Durant, before there was a Kevin Durant, your measurables, man. On Google, I Googled you. It says 6'9", 235. KD was 6'10", 240. You're 6'11".
Yeah, me and him the same
height.
And
you can jump out the gym. You was in the dunk contest, man. You played with Reggie. Look, man, before you go into what you about to go into, can you give me one Reggie story? Like, how did he warm up? We need one. We need a Reggie.
One of the things that I started doing was, once he saw how my game was, you know, in person, when he saw my game, he understood, wow, you know, he's not, you know, he can play several different positions. That's what he was saying to me. So I said, man, him early on. I asked him how he was able to shoot. And well, it's not like 1,000, 1,000. Make 1,000, shoot 1,000.
Damn.
And so I started shooting like 300 or 400, and it makes a big difference, because when you're making that many shots every practice, the basket becomes
big as an ocean,
so big. Yeah, and so I think that's the only story about him that I can say that was beneficial for me. But you know, in the New York game, when he hit the 6 or 7 3-pointers in like 13 seconds, I was in that. Yeah, I was in that game. So you know, so he's just a remarkable shooter. But you know, when you know his game because you're playing against him every day in practice, and I had to play against him because the positions I'm playing, 2 and 3. And I think the most memorable story about him was he told me that I'll be an all-star in this league.
Come on, man.
That's what he told me, because he saw. I mean, you got to understand, I'm coming into the league, and I was ranked higher than a lot of those guys when they was in high school. You know what I mean? So, so for me, it's like I think that's the only story that I could say that was beneficial for me, was the shooting story, and what he told me. You know.
Do you have any story? Because you played in a lot of eras, man. The years that you played doing a lot of greatness, man.
I played against Magic Johnson. I played against Larry Bird.
Talk that shit, man.
I played against Kobe. I played against LeBron. You got to understand, I went in the league
Yes,
early.
sir.
So I went in the league
Yes,
early
sir.
at 18. You know, it gave me an opportunity to play against a couple of different generations.
That's great.
You know,
And
so,
I love it because you transcended, man. Like I said, you came in, you have KD measurables, man.
right. They also, I mean, they compare us a lot just without the crossover
Yes,
that he does,
sir.
because of the moves and
Yes,
stuff he
sir.
do is very
So
similar.
getting selected to the dunk contest, run me through that. Run me through your all-star your selection for all-star weekend. Like, what happened? Like did you lose your mind? I know you grew up watching the dunk contest.
No.
What happened, man?
But you got to understand, with me going into the NBA, these are all the same guys that I was playing against when I was coming through the 8th grade and 9th grade and 10th, 11th.
True.
So we all the same. So it's no difference for us in our
Yeah.
mind. The difference is, you know, the
Yeah.
money.
Real.
You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Everything else is normal. Like, you know, me, Sean Kemp, Chris Jackson, Christian Laettner, all of us, we know each other from being All-Americans through the 8th grade and 9th grade.
That shit crazy, bro.
You see what I'm saying? So the only difference now is you're starting to make money. But we know each other from 8th grade, you know, so we played against each other from 8, 9,
That's
10.
crazy.
So it's just like, okay, this is another level, but now we're making money for it. So it didn't really. I mean, to get in the dunk contest, you have to have dunked on a couple of people in the game to get that. To get
Come on,
chosen,
man.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad you went there. I'm glad you went there.
Yeah, you can't just say I want to be in the dunk contest. People have to choose.
Who did you catch, man? Who did you catch, and what kind of dunk was it?
A lot of people. What you mean in the dunk contest?
No. In the regular game, regular season. Who did you catch, and what was it?
Wow, man,
What was it?
So many. I mean, if you Google me on YouTube, you can see how many people I caught.
Man, give me one. Give me your favorite.
I think the one everybody really remembers when me and Ewing went body to body. I think
you body to body, Ewing.
Oh yeah, I think that's the one that everybody talks about that one because I drove. You got to look at it yourself and then you can tell.
Hey, look, man.
You know,
you the deal, bro. You the deal. Like, it's not very often that I can say I had a conversation with the NBA player, someone that competed in the dunk contest. A medalist, you medaled twice, man. Like, you know, I'm sorry, 3 times, but you know, 2 silvers. Man, give me a story of you in the NBA. What made you realize, oh yeah, I'm here? Like did somebody break you down? Like, did Tim Hardaway hit you with a
Nah, I think it was because you got to understand something. Me being 6'11", I play the guard. I'm just as quick as anybody else. Then I got a 48-inch vertical.
40. Oh,
Lord. So when you have those type of skills, they also are aware of you.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's real.
And if you look at I don't know if you saw the video I just put up the other day.
I sure did.
I was in the dunk. So if you hear the commentator, he said this is Jordan's favorite to win it. If you hear it, if you hear it. See, I've been knowing Jordan since I was about 12.
What?
You know what I mean? Because I went to University of North Carolina basketball camp, and I signed with University of North Carolina in the 9th.
Yes, sir. In the 9th?
So
grade?
Yeah.
9th?
Yeah. So I signed with University. I signed letter of intent in the 9th grade with University.
That's what's up, man.
So I've been knowing Dean Smith and all of them since I was about 11 or 12. They've been coming to my house in the city since I was like 11
now,
or 12.
I did read up that a guy was scared to sign at UNC because of you. I heard it was somebody. It said that man, Kenny Williams coming. I can't go there. Basically.
Yeah, Dean Smith, you know, he sent me to a prep school, Fort Union Military Academy in the 11th grade. So he was part of that whole transition and getting right school-wise and making sure my grades was up to where they needed to be. So I went to prep school in the 11th grade because I was going to go straight from the prep school to Carolina. But my senior year, I came back to Elizabeth City, being homesick, being a little, that's why I told you, never been away from home and small town mentality. You know what I mean?
Crazy, and it's crazy because you didn't even play a game at Elizabeth City State, right? At Elizabeth City State, you didn't even touch the floor.
No, but what I was doing there was I was just trying to wait to determine to make my decision if I was going to go to the NBA. So what I did was I went out in some classes. So
yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Stay on point when it comes to graduating, because at some point I still felt like I wanted to get my education. So during that time, I'll go to Elizabeth City State for a little bit until I figure out what I'm going to do. So you might as well play, because I was in Kansas. I went to school in a JUCO in Kansas. Me, Larry Johnson, Sean Kemp, Carl Herrera, all of us was in junior college.
What? Oh, you went to school with Sean Kemp?
No, in junior college.
Okay, my fault. I was about to say,
because I was Prop 48, so I had to sit out a year.
Gotcha.
So instead of sitting out that year, I went to Kansas to junior college. So Larry Johnson was in Texas. Sean Kemp was also out there in junior college. And then Larry Johnson went on to go to UNLV, and Sean Kemp went to the league. And he was like, let's go, man. First year, I said, nah, man, I'm going to go one more year. And so then he went to the league. That's when I came to Elizabeth State, just trying to think was I going to go. And then that's when I decided to actually go that summer. So I came a year after.
That's and see, what's crazy is you being the NBA draft pick and never playing like you went to JUCO, played at JUCO, but you didn't play at Elizabeth City State, and you went at 18.
But I'm number 4 in the country.
Exactly. That's crazy. And see,
so
that meant a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
So basically,
I would have been there anyway if I hadn't got hurt, just because the class I was in and the skills that I had at that time. Like even now, guys that's 24, 25, 26 can't hold me, because I never stopped playing. I'm still playing now every day, 3-4 hours.
See, Kobe said this. He said, skills. What he say? It's skills versus talent, right? A lot of guys have skill. A lot of guys have skill, but a lot of guys have talent. A lot of guys don't have skill. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
So was fine tuning your skills part of your, part of your thing, like making sure you dribbling the basketball correctly, or making sure this guy ain't gonna come and pick. The practices in Indiana, you versus Reggie. What kind of fix did Reggie give you? What?
No, I'm gonna tell you now. We practice it every day. So you gotta understand something. Again, I'm 6'11" with a 48-inch vert. So when you practicing every single day, you start to learn what Reggie does. You understand? So once I understood that before he runs, he like to push you. He like to push you. So now when I'm playing defense on him in practice, he's not killing me like he's killing guys in the games, because I know his game, and I know all of our plays, and I know what I can do. You understand what I'm saying? So when you playing with somebody every single day in practice, you start learning his game. You know what I mean? So then when he's playing against you, you know what to avoid, you know what to look for, you know what to expect from him. Now, when we play against other teams, they used to give him it wasn't working like that, because it wasn't working like that, because I was just as quick as he is. I'm longer than he is. I jump high. So when you learn somebody's game, they're not really doing in practice is what they're doing.
That's real.
Because you know what they do. You know what they like to do. So it wasn't really any battles in practice, because I used to do things that make him say, "Wow," you know what I mean? So it was just me waiting my turn. That's all. I used to do things that make them say, "Wow." You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this: your favorite regular season game? What shoes did you wear in the NBA? That's the second question. What shoes did you wear? What were your favorite pair? But
I wore several, because I had several because I had a contract deal with Nike.
Come on, man.
So Yeah, I mean, most of everybody gets a deal if you've been in there more than a few
Yeah,
years, you know, especially with me being a high flyer. So, you know, a lot of shoe brands
I
want
got
to
you.
affiliate you with their shoe, especially if you're a real athletic person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I played in a couple of different shoes, man. A couple of different shoes. By
What were
Nike.
your
So
favorites?
probably the
Come on,
flights.
man. The old school
Yeah,
fight.
probably. Yeah, because during that time, during that time, they didn't have these type of shoes that's being made
Yeah, you're right.
today. In the
You're right.
'90s, they didn't have a lot of aerodynamic
You're
looking
right.
shoes.
You're
You
right.
know, Jordan was the only one that really came out with a shoe that had all the, you know. But if you look at his old Jordans, they were
Yeah, you're
regular.
right. That's
They didn't
real.
have a lot
That's real.
of aerodynamic or air. He didn't have
That's
no air.
real. So,
They didn't have no air in them.
Shaq, you played in the Shaq
Yeah,
era, right? With
yeah,
Big Diesel. I'm talking about skinny Diesel. Bringing the ball up
yeah.
the floor,
Right,
dunking that thing. What was your
right.
first impression of Shaq when y'all played Orlando?
Well, that's crazy you asking me particularly about him because there was a game that we actually played against him that he actually broke a note that he actually broke my nose
Damn.
because he was running out to me. I pump faked him, and then you know I tried to jump
Yeah.
into him to get the foul, forgetting that he's 7'3". So when I went to jump up into him, I'm really under his elbow, and it hit me right across the nose. Yeah, it hit me right across the. So that is a story about him that I actually had my nose broke because I jumped up into his elbow after pump faking him.
So
Yeah.
look.
I think the most impressive thing, man, about him was his
Yeah.
size. You know, his size. You know, to see somebody. You know, because like going basically from 1 year of college, I didn't see that many guys that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So to see somebody that big being able to move that fast was a little bit like wow. But for me, I don't think I really looked at nobody and said like, wow. I don't think I ever
I
did
got
that.
you. I got you.
I think it was one story about. I think yeah. I know. I did do one thing. I think it was we was in Chicago and Reggie was coming up the
Uh-huh.
floor. And no, the Jordan was coming. No, Reggie was coming up the floor. Reggie tried to throw a long pass to
Uh-huh.
somebody, and I was actually sitting on the bench. Me and Sean Green, we were sitting on the bench. So Reggie was trying to actually throw a long pass to somebody on the
Yeah.
wing, but Jordan came out of nowhere. He was trying to throw it before he was over
Yeah.
half court, but Jordan came out of nowhere and stole the ball. So now Reggie is backpedaling because he's the only one back there because Jordan came out. So as we sit on the bench, we see Jordan coming towards us because the only one back there is Reggie.
Yeah.
Now, me being able to jump, I said, Reggie backing up too much because, you know, Jordan is coming kind of full, got a little speed coming with him. So I'm saying to myself, being that I know that I jumped the way I do, and me and Sean Green was looking, we kept saying, man, you letting them get a little bit too deep. You know, I'm reading this. And by the time we both said that, you know, where the bull is painted on the floor, you got that sticker where that bull is on
Yeah.
the floor. When he jumped, we actually thought he was going to, you know, just do something and lay it up. But when he jumped, man, outside with that little bull painted on the floor, and he just kept on walking up. And he actually ended up dunking on Reggie. And the funny thing was, me and Sean Green actually jumped up on the bench, and the coach looked down there at us because we had jumped up. So we went in for halftime,
Yeah.
right? We go into halftime, coach said, hey, you guys can't be scared of Jordan. He wear clothes just like us and this and this and this. And then he said, I can understand why you may be feeling like that about him because we got our own teammates cheering for him. Look, I was just, you know, anybody that don't know somebody, I mean, like that, you know what I mean? He just caught me off guard when he did that. So that's a story I can tell you that I think that's the only thing, that might be the only thing that I really ever said. Oh, you know
Hey,
what I
that was
mean? My
hilarious,
whole
bro. I ain't gonna lie. I
yeah,
ain't
no,
gonna
that's
care.
real
No,
though.
no.
For real. I jumped up off the bench. Coach talked about it in the locker room. He was like, oh, we got our own teammates cheering for them. You know, so, but I mean, he just caught me in a moment where I was like, I didn't think he was going to dunk it.
He
And,
boomed at me.
yeah, but see, but you know what? when you got skills like God gave me and what I worked on, you don't really look at nothing as being too exciting because you've done so much yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like that might be the only thing that I really said wow about, that I can really say, you know, stuck with me to
So
today.
let me ask you this. How did you come up with your package for the dunk contest? Yeah, I said package. I'm talking about do you play 2K? Do you play 2K?
Yeah, I'm up there.
Yeah. What you want? Xbox, PlayStation? What you want?
I'm on the Xbox, the one that just came out. You know, you can go back and get the franchise.
Oh yeah. Oh, you on the One X? Not mine. I
Yeah.
ain't even on that yet, man. You
Yeah.
futuristic. You got that.
Yeah.
I forgot you former NBA, brother. You got the
No, because we get little percentage. We get little percentages from that. You know, if you own the game and stuff like that. Yeah, we get little percentages if you up there. You know what I mean?
Good shit.
Yeah.
So look, talk to me about your dunk selection for the contest, man. Like what?
Didn't have one.
Real? So you just went out there straight raw?
Yeah, because I had a few that I was gonna do. I was just trying to get to the second round. You know, you got with that many people out there, you by yourself. That was after my first year. I mean, like I said, I'm so used to crowds. It wasn't about the crowds. It was like going out there for that dunk contest. I said, okay, I'll just get one down. The guys I'm competing with, they don't really have nothing in the bag, you know. So I figured out the second round just off windmill or maybe you know, something simple.
Gotcha.
So I didn't really have a package. You know, I kind of decide what I do when I
come on. When you got in the air, you just say, all right. So let me just.
I mean, most of my dunks consisted of windmills and backward dunks or 360s or 180 or something like that. So I just figured, you know, nobody was thinking about going between the legs.
Come on, man. So if you would have pulled it out, you would have been the GOAT at the time. If you would have pulled that bitch out, if
I would have pulled something like that out like they've done today, like, I mean, I see some incredible dunkers today that's not even in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen them be real creative with a lot of stuff.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have a package that I was gonna come up with. I just was gonna get out there and kind of make it up on the fly. But I did have like 8 dunks that I felt like I was gonna use after those 2 that I did.
So what did you? Yeah. So like, did you? Because I know a lot of people would be like, man, I went through this and I did this and I practiced. Did you practice? Did you practice dunk or you just went in there straight raw?
Well, most of the time the All-Star weekend is right after one of the games we have. So like after the last game is mostly during the Christmas break.
Gotcha.
The All-Star game is, or right around February when the All-Star game.
Yeah.
We were coming off the road from playing a game, and then we had so that was just basically me coming in there. I said, okay. And I already had the first 2. I said, okay, I could do a windmill and be pretty safe. Rock and be pretty safe. And then the next one I probably was gonna do something, maybe something 360.
Come on, man.
Maybe, maybe something like that.
He said 360-ish. So
ish. If you see the dunk Vince Carter did, like when he came and he did the windmill, but he kind of sort of did a half 360 with the dunk. That's what's in your mind when you have those. It's funny that he did that dunk because again, when you have that type of jumping ability, you know, you just start thinking, that dunk that he did, I see myself doing that dunk. That 60 windmill dunk, half a 360 windmill. It probably would have been something similar to that.
No. Man, that's crazy, bro. Like, and the fact that you're 6'11" and you have that hang time, that's ridiculous, man. Because you see Dwight, and Dwight is just, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can get up, but it's not flashy. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to be 6'11", can get up, windmill, go and do whatever they want to do in the air, that's ridiculous, bro. That's
My game has always been with finesse. That's, you know, like the White, he's stiff because he's so strong. He don't really have a lot of finesse. He have a lot of power. He have a lot of power. He can windmill, but he don't have a lot of finesse. Like if you look at let's see, Gerald Green. Look at somebody like Gerald Green.
He can get up. He can get up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
got finesse with it. You know what I'm saying? He got even Durant got finesse with it. See, that's why Durant don't lift a lot
That's
of weights,
real.
because if he did, he gonna be more
Yeah,
stiff.
that's real.
You know what
That's
I mean?
real.
If you look at his body, he can get cut up if he
Yeah,
want to.
yeah.
You know, but he'll probably lift during the off season and probably lift a little bit during the season, because when you lifting too much, it throws off
You're
your
right.
flexibility.
You're
Yeah,
right.
it does.
So
It changes your game.
I had a few comments for you, man.
Yeah.
My cousin. Well, my cousin. It's not a question. It's a comment. My cousin said that you were ahead of your time, man. What do you feel about that?
I
You
was
were
on.
ahead of your time as far as
Yeah.
You feel like you were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I sit and look on it now, like this era is my
Yes,
time
sir.
with my game.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
With my game, this right here is my that's why I wanted to go to pro early. I was trying to get to where the
Yes,
best
sir.
was. That's what I wanted. I didn't care about all the fame and the money and all that. I wanted to get to the
Got you.
best.
I got you. I
You know
got
what
you.
I'm saying? So in order for me to do that, I had to achieve certain skills to be able to, like you have to learn how to use your left hand. You got to learn how to use your spin move, your drop
Got
step.
you.
I learned all that stuff. You
I
know what I
got you.
mean? I mastered it all. So I have a post game, I have a mid range, I have a 3-point
Dang.
game, I have a, so I mastered all of those things very
That's
young.
real.
Very young.
Let me ask you this. Where do you feel where's your best game? Like in what NBA city? Who ass did you bust? What did you do to him? How did you fill him up?
I mean, I've been a lot of games, man, that I've been in that I did a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of games. I think
your hands down best. Like the footage that you can show your grandson and be like, yeah, that granddaddy right there, boy. Yeah.
it'll probably be against Boston or Chicago or because some teams were full of athletes.
Yeah.
And you can't just play anybody when you got to match athleticism with athleticism.
That's real.
So even during the transition of me playing behind a couple of guys that was in front of me, they had to put me out there because the athleticism that guy had wasn't matching what I had. I might not have been as experienced as he was, but I'm also, like I said, ranked a high player coming out of high school. So I'm not just a player that's, I'm somebody coming into the league with something to offer.
Hell yeah.
Not just coming in because it was luck or this or that. Nah,
got some more.
Not at all.
Got two more comments for you. My same cousin.
Okay.
My cousin said he was KD, and another person said that fadeaway deadly steel fire. Fire.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what once you learn how to use your size, and that's what I mean by when we go back to the coaching. The coach have to be able to look at the players individually and understand what skill he can use to help the team to win. You understand? You have to help your players to understand the advantages that they have as a player that they can bring to the table.
Real.
Like, hey, if you don't have the ball, there's so many other things you could be doing. Go screen for this guy that can shoot. If you don't have the ball, try to cut to the basket. If you don't have the ball, put yourself. Always be looking to do something if you don't have the ball.
That's real.
But in these days and time, if you don't have the ball, then they ain't really doing nothing. But they are on the level where you really have coaches that really understands the game. But when you're in a lower level, like where we come from, where you are and where I'm from, you don't have guys that can look at players individually. They're looking at the whole team. No, you have to look at the individual players, and then you as a coach have to understand, hey, if he could just do this a little bit more, we'll be good in that area. And so that's what you got to do. You got to set your stations up that's going to benefit your players' skill level, not just setting up a station to be setting up a station. You got to set it up to where your players going to get better. You know what I mean? And they understand what they're doing. Be patient. You don't have to run, even in high school, you don't have to run up and down. Take your time. If you don't have the shot, don't force it. When you penetrate to the hole, make sure you penetrate. You got your shooter over to the side. You got to make sure you see the defensive guy coming. Everything is timing. You got to teach timing. You got to teach court awareness.
Got
You got to teach patience.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You got to teach.
I got a question for you in the comments.
Okay.
How do you feel about the value of the contracts now versus the value of the contracts when you played?
Well, you know, the guys are much skilled now. You know, like now you see them stepping on the right leg and they land it with the right hand. Whereas back then you're supposed to step on the right leg and left.
Yeah.
So the game has evolved, and the NBA has grown so much.
That's true.
It's always been big though. The NBA always been
Yeah.
big, but now it's starting to expand overseas, and that's why they're having those games overseas, because they're trying to test, you know, the flight that's going to cause them to, if they're going to be able to play in those countries, because in Europe they have teams that can beat some of the teams here in the NBA.
Man.
So I really feel they're going to one day just join everything to the point where you might have a Russian team that one of the teams have to play that's part of the league. You might have a team from Israel, where I spent a lot of time. You might have a team from Spain. You know, listen, man, they got a lot of players. You have a lot of players you see here in the States from Europe. They're the one that changed the NBA. The big man was from Europe, so they started shooting threes. That's what changed the NBA. Like you see, what's the Dallas phenomenon?
I'm talking about Luka.
Yeah, you see Luka. It's a million Lukas in
Come
here.
on, man.
It's a million. Yeah, they just don't want to come here because of scheduling. Over there, they play in Europe. They make $8-9 million a year in dollars. And so for them, it's 2 games in a week, Sunday and Thursday. Whereas if they come here, they got the crazy travel schedule.
Crazy.
Have to, you know, get an interpreter maybe if they don't speak English. And it's hard to adjust for a lot of people that come from Europe. So they prefer to stay in their own country, make 10 million. Yeah, they can make another 20 million, but for them, it's more about living a good life, not a life of bling and Bentleys. They don't live like that over there. They might have a nice car, but they're not into the stuff that we're into.
And I heard that over there, your celebrity is more than it is here. Like, man, I heard like they pretty much worship you as a basketball player over there. Not worship, but you know, like they love you to death.
Nohon, so that Shama Israel Zakacha. I'm speaking Hebrew.
Come on, man.
What
you just said, man?
I said, yeah, really, I speak Hebrew.
Dang.
Yeah.
I got another question. Do you know Will Graves? He played in Israel. He from UNC.
Will Graves. What year?
Will Graves.
What year? How long ago?
Waiting for it to come in right now. Another question for you: is the media hard on y'all? Like, was the media kind of tough on y'all coming out of high school? How did y'all, you know, were y'all taught to go through?
Not like it is today. Because today, you know, even with this video, you can take this video now and you can throw it on YouTube and it can go viral, or you can get
definitely.
So now everything is, if I catch him smoking a cigar, I'm gonna say it's weed. Or if he's drinking a soda, or beer, I'm gonna say it's something else.
That's real.
You know,
that's real.
Everything now is money driven. So like back then, it was a little bit easier because you didn't have all the phones, with all of the cameras and all of that stuff. So it was hard to get anything unless you had a camera, a video camera. You know what I mean? But it's easier now to record people, and people make money off of people. We look, man. At the end of the day, we regular.
You're right. I ain't looking to make no money, bro.
People, once you make it to the league, or once you make it as whatever, a singer or whatever, people push you out of the circle now. Like, no, you don't belong here now. Now you supposed to be in this kind of car now. You supposed to have this kind of house.
That's real.
So you start you know, they push you out of that circle. Now when you come back trying to be regular, they looking at you now like, no, you ain't regular no more.
Gotcha.
You know, so sometimes it gets tough. That's why a lot of players turn to doing, you know, it's a lot of pressure, man. It's a lot. I don't know. It's a lot of pressure. Other now, it's more.
Got you. I got you.
You see, Harden last year was great for the last 3 years. Now because he wanted to go to another team, now you want to talk bad about it.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. It's like
now you
that,
want
man.
to talk bad.
So
yeah, that's how
let me ask you this. Did y'all have fall guys? Like where say y'all you wanted to go get a young lady, you know what I'm saying? Not, young, but around your age, whatever. Or say you want to go hit a little bit of weed or something, you want to go to the liquor store, whatever. Did y'all have guys to be like, you know what, bro, you can't go do it. I got you. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry. Did y'all have fall guys?
People, if you wanted something done, I had people with me, because when I first went to Indiana, I was there by myself. So I brought two guys with me, like my brother. Gotcha. That one of them went to a state and he played basketball. I graduated. I took him with me.
I got you.
So, you know, I had somebody there with me. I had never been to Indiana. I didn't even know I didn't even know Indiana had no NBA team. So, you know, for real. So I was like, Indiana, they have a team? Then it was like, yeah, they got Reggie Miller over there. So I was like, okay. And it's funny because Reggie said the same thing. He said when he got drafted by the Pacers, he didn't even know they had an NBA team there. I said the same thing.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Man. So, but it look, man, now it's even crazier because, like I said, people can make videos and make money off.
Oh, man, don't even, nah, bro. You know.
No. Listen. No. I'm saying I would have never did the video if I.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
respect, bro.
saying you asked me about how did you have fall guys and stuff like that. It's very hard now. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because I want to get this message. I'm glad. It's so funny because I told my nephew about you because we're gonna do a documentary on me. And
we need.
Yeah,
we need
it's funny. I told him about
we need it, bro.
He said, yeah, I got to, man. Every time I go to Elizabeth City, and Elizabeth City State is right next to my mom's house, right next to it.
My in-laws stay right round your way. My in-laws stay
right. Where?
The back street right before you get to Elizabeth City State, the complex gate right here, they house right here.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say who they is, but you know them.
Come on, man. Your in-laws who your in-laws, man?
You know them.
Who?
They stay because your John is a brick John, like kind of adjacent to theirs, and they stay kind of like adjacent to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Who you talking about?
Yeah. Hold on real quick, man.
I'm like, who?
Wade Johnson.
Wade Johnson.
He stayed in the same little area. They stay in the same little area. You stay like right behind you. Matter of fact.
No, that's my mom's house, but I've been in Israel for 20 years.
Well,
so
you might not even.
That's my mom's house over there, man.
My fault, bro.
Wait a minute, you talking about? What color is the house?
Like a bluish, like a grayish bluish type.
I want to say if it's right behind my mom's house, there are some people back there that it's one house back there. I don't know who it is. But they have a house next to them, and they have a street and a house right across the street.
Yeah. It's on the very back street, the last street before you get to the little complex gate.
Next to an empty lot right there.
Yep.
They somebody from there drive a white truck or something like that.
Yeah.
Escalator. That's the house you're talking about. Okay, is somebody over there a Delta?
No,
Because the girl that drive a truck that I know, that she was my niece Sarah that stay in one of those houses over there. So
you probably talking about they niece. I ain't gonna drop her name up here, but yeah, she
probably so. Probably so.
Same folk, man.
Because if she's a Delta, my niece passed away couple of years
Oh
back,
man.
probably about 6 or 7 years. Yeah, so she was a Delta. So I know that my mom was telling me from time to time when I come home that Robin know her because Shonda and the girl was there also or something
I
like that.
got you. I got one more question
But
for you, man. Did you have a super team then, or what do you think of super teams then versus super teams now? Do you think there was such thing as a super team when you played? Like, you know how LeBron had the Heat and all that, whatnot.
I mean, I think we had a super team. It was Reggie Miller, Detlef Shrimp, Rick Smits, Chuck Person, uh, who else? Pooh Richardson, George McLeod. I mean, but we had like 4 of the top best. But every super team can't play together. We had Detlef Shrimp, Chuck Person, Reggie Miller, Rick Smits. But we didn't get almost the finals until we got rid of
Come
Detlef
on.
and we got rid of Person. So the main 2 scores was Rick and Reggie.
Dang.
All of us was just like, pieces that to the
Yeah,
puzzle.
yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean? So
crazy.
back then, those players couldn't play together. You know what I mean? Because it was only one ball. Put it this way, they didn't know how to maybe play together with that much talent. So like,
what was playing time more about politics and favorites, or was it more about putting in work in practice? What was playing time about, man?
well, playing time was more, you come in as a rookie. You come in as a rookie and you wait your turn per se. It all had a lot to do with the contract. Let's say me and George and Derek McKee, we all play the same position, the 2-3. But George was making a little more than me. Derek was making more than me, so they were going to be on the
Yeah,
floor. You
gotcha.
understand? So it wasn't because they were more skilled than me. It was because contractual, And then like
Gotcha.
that fifth San Antonio, that's when the strike came in '95. I was about to do a long deal with Bo Hill because he was the assistant coach in Atlanta. Then he became the head of San Antonio.
Yeah.
So strike came. That's where I was sitting in San Antonio in '95.
Come on.
Strike came.
Damn.
Yeah, that's.
So
I was sitting there. I was do a long time deal with '95.
so it was gonna be you. It was gonna be the captain David Robinson,
They was
Timmy.
over there. All of them was over there.
God, so it was
It was over there. Yeah, right before they got there.
so,
Yeah.
so
So I would have been there long term, probably.
God. So all right. So
Yeah.
I want to ask. I'm not sure if you watched the Last Dance documentary with Jordan and all that. I
Yeah.
want to ask you about Pippen's contract. Could you have done it? Could you have done Pippen's contract? That
Yeah, because during that time, you need to understand
what's
something.
up?
During that time, Scott is a country boy too. Come from a
True,
small town.
true.
So for what he was saying at that time, like I said, no one thought the money was going to get to where it got to.
Gotcha.
So I can see him probably saying, let me lock in for a long time. I know I'm good for 10 years just because he come from a small
Gotcha.
town. And maybe his agent was like, you good right here. Let's just lock in for 10 years. Not knowing the money was going to go to where it
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
And so his agent made a deal that maybe he shouldn't have.
Dang.
You know what I mean? He's a lot more experienced than the
Yeah.
player. He should know the business side of
Gotcha.
it. But I think the agent and him both looked at that long-term deal and said, "Hey man, lock you in for 10 years because you never know what might happen."
That's real.
You
That's
know?
real.
So that's why then, like a couple of years after that, when they start coming with the bigger contracts, hey man, this is what you signed for. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you go buy a car, right, and you keep it for 2 years and you want something else. You can't that money ain't gonna go towards that new car.
Right.
You trade that,
That's real.
it ain't gonna go that's
That's
it.
real.
So it's the same thing with
So
this.
Jordan listened to Kenny Lattimore before every game. What did Kenny Williams listen to get him in the game to go bust somebody ass? What did you get? Oh, JR, I'm gonna get you on the next episode, big dog. I see you watching. Yeah, JR, I'm gonna get you and Adrian, big dog. Don't even worry about it. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Man.
what's the question
What were
now?
you? Jordan listened to. I forgot what he listened to before the game. I forgot what I said. Kenny Lattimore before every game. What did Kenny Williams listen to before he went to go bust somebody's ass? What was in your?
I didn't listen. I didn't listen to anything. You know why? Because when you're listening to music before the game, your mind is locked in on the song and the
Gotcha.
beat it's making and all that type of stuff. Whereas for me, I just like to go out on the court early and with no music and just hear the sounds and look at the sounds and smell the sound of the gym, to hear all that stuff in
Ooh,
the game.
that's important.
The smell, your sneakers squeaking on the floor. If you playing that music right before you go out there and tip off, in your mind, you still going out there.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's
Really.
real.
You've been
That's real though.
when they shooting them headphones on, it's cool that you got the music on, but you need to do it without it because you need to get focused into the arena. You need to let all that soak
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean? Before the game, because it really helps to prepare you to be ready when you out there. You putting them earphones on before you play. When you going out there on the court, you still saying, look at the guy. They still doing this when they walking on the floor. That means I'm not saying you're not ready because we played for so many
Yeah.
years, but still, you're gonna be on your game. I think if you got your mind more into to hearing basketball stuff and your
That's real.
atmosphere.
That's
You know what I
real.
mean?
That's real.
So I didn't listen really to anything. Maybe in Europe, nah. I
Come
ain't
on,
listen to no
for
music.
real. So
Nah.
look, we all of us that's watching, man, got a few people watching. We want to know what's the day in the life of an NBA player. Like, if I woke up and I got drafted yesterday, right? Or I got drafted last year and I got to suit up and get ready for a game tonight. When you wake up, what does Kenny Williams do? Do you wake up and get something good to eat? You wake up and the first thing on your mind is basketball? Like,
No.
what is it, man? What's up?
I think it's it's the same process even started from high
Yeah.
school. It's the same. Like now you in the pro, so you got a game. You might get up, go to the shoot around maybe at
It's my baby, man. My
night.
daughter, man. Say hey. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Uh,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. Go
look,
ahead.
how old is?
Oh, she 4. She'll be 5 this year, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try
Okay.
to get into basketball. She got some long legs on her,
See me in here.
man.
So I think for the most part, I think I would.
Go ahead, baby.
I, I think I will. I think I got up, ate breakfast like everybody do, and most of the time you have a shoot around walk through that.
Gotcha.
So you gotta be there mostly probably about 9 or 10. So we'll walk through their plays, go over their plays, just kind of dummy their plays, do some little light shooting,
Gotcha.
and that's it. And after that, you go home and you prepare for the game. Game don't, you gotta be there at the same time. You at least want to be there about 2 hours before the
I
game.
gotcha.
You get to the game, you get your massage, you get your tape, or you can go out and shoot before you get your
Yeah.
tape. Um, and that's it. Just get ready to
Dang.
play, man.
So,
Let's get ready to play.
what's your role per diem like? I heard about this per diem. I heard about y'all get a little bit of cash to spend. Y'all go to the state house, whatever.
Yeah.
Team dinner.
Now the per diem is probably crazy. At that time, our per diem was like depending on where we went. If we went out to Los Angeles on the road, we went out there. When you go play anybody on the West Coast, you stay out there for 4 or 5 days.
Ooh.
During that time, the per diem, because we stayed out there for a week, maybe it's I don't know, $1,000, 2,000. But now it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Now it's probably minimum is probably 3, 4,000, 5,000
So
maybe.
the league was like way different because I wanted to ask you about the summer league. I wanted to ask you about the facility, the practice facility. I know.
I'm here, baby. What's
Yeah,
up?
man. Like, so how different was it then compared to now? Like, Indiana wasn't a major market, so to call, but like, did y'all have a good practice facility? Like, how was y'all summer league facility looking? Like, what was?
Yeah. We had Market Square Arena. Now they even got another arena, Conseco
Yeah.
Fieldhouse. So they had Market Square. Then we had a couple of practice facilities we would go to. We would go to IUPUI, which is a university there. Sometimes we couldn't get our facility because maybe they had a monster truck, something in there. We'll go practice in different gyms, IUPUI, sometimes Purdue.
Okay.
Purdue is right there.
Dang.
So we had several places. And now I'm almost certain now they have another practice facility just in case they can't get in the main arena because maybe it might be a event going on there or something like that.
I got you.
So now for sure everybody has a practice facility now. That not just the main gym, but everybody now has a practice facility.
So, did y'all have a development league back then when you were coming
up? Not like today.
Yeah. Okay.
Not like today. Like we had CBA, the CBA was during that time. So they were farm teams for the NBA, but I don't really think they were using them like they are today.
I got you.
Like now I think that what they're trying to do with a lot of players that don't want to go to college, they can just go straight from high school and go play in the G League. But they're going to, depending on the player, they're going to give them a lot more money.
I was reading about it, the G League Select or something like that, where they get like.
Yeah, they're going to give them a lot more money.
Speaking of, man, the guy Darius Baisley, something he played with OKC, he signed with the G League Select, but he got like, what was it, like $10 million out of high school with Adidas or Reebok or something crazy? That was ridiculous, man.
Right. But that's where the money is in the NBA now, man. Like your contracts is based on, let's say you were number 14 this year pick. Next year, number 14 have to get more than what this one got last year. So the next year, this one got to get more than the last one last year. That's how it works. That's how it goes. So it's only going to continue to keep going up and up and up. And think about another 5 years. I mean, Giannis just got a contract for $200 million. Also, 33 million. Bam from Miami just got $183 million. You got a guy from Utah. He just signed for $200 million. So,
and that's another guy that came from a small school, man. Bam. He came from a North Side Pine Town. That's like around like Plymouth. Matter of fact, man, my cousin is a head coach at Plymouth, man. Lamont Gillum.
He from down Belhaven. He from down Bam.
Belhaven. Belhaven.
Yeah. I did a camp at Belhaven, not last year before last. I did a camp down there.
Gotcha.
And but see, he come from that area, but he had to leave that area to get better.
That's real.
You see, I'm telling you.
Should NCAA college players get paid?
I mean, I think it depends on the player, because if you have a couple of players that everybody is coming there to see, if it's a packed house, you got people coming to that school to see these particular players, I think so. Because like I said, you got kids out here these schools are making money off the jerseys, off the ticket sales, off all this stuff. And the only thing you're getting is a scholarship. You still got to call back home and say, hey, I need $5.
I want me a hamburger.
Exactly. I still need to get $5, man. And, you got people making millions and millions and millions, man. Like Duke players, this coach making 9, 10, $12 million a year.
That's real, man.
And players ain't getting nothing. The coach is not the one that's out there playing. He's coaching.
That's real.
But he's not the one that's out there playing.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying.
So, I think it's a lot of different things, man, that can be done in school to help, these players to, the school can benefit as well as the player can benefit. I think it's a lot of different things, and I think they're making the right steps now towards doing that. Everything takes time. Everything takes,
that's real.
Consideration. And like I said, with the amount of money now that's being made, and like before, man, it wasn't really looked at because it wasn't really brought to the forefront. But they've been doing this, man. They've been making all this money for years. Think about Duke and Carolina, millions and millions and millions of fans.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So they've been making millions and millions of dollars for years and years and years.
The movie Blue Chips, how accurate was that? How accurate was the movie Blue Chips?
Just like that. That's how it was for me.
Come on, man.
Just like that.
Come on, man. That's
just like
crazy.
That.
We ain't gonna go.
But how you think they found me?
Come on, man.
Look, listen, man. You got scouts out here that you don't even know they scouts.
Yeah.
Okay. When I went to the pre-draft camp, Phil Jackson, when you go to the workout sections in the daytime, you'll get an envelope under the door when you go to the pre-draft camp. And then you got to go and you got to talk to whoever want to have a conversation with you before the draft. So Phil Jackson called me in, talked to me, see what I can bring to the table. So he said, tell me something. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I said, well, I'm from Elizabeth City, North Carolina, went to Northeastern, went to prep school, and then came to the draft. And he said, Jared Krause, so let me tell you how your life went. You're from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. You went to J.C. Sawyer Elementary School. You went to H.L. Trigg Elementary School. Your mom named this.
Cool.
Your girlfriend that you first had in the 10th grade was this. And I was looking at him, and then I see him.
So he knew everything before you even said anything.
He knew. He didn't even have a piece of paper in front of him. He knew everything because what these young kids are not understanding is there are scouts out here. They're watching everything you do. They're watching what kind of people you hang around. If you drinking, if you smoking, they watching you from the time that you start to make a little noise in the 8th grade. They say he got potential, but let's watch him for these next couple of years. They find out who your parents are, what neighborhood you come from. And so a lot of people wonder why. I wonder why that player right there didn't make it. Because them scouts know where you came from. They know that you got into some little bit of something when you was 12, 13. They know that 9 times out of 10, if you get this paper right here, you're going to be doing some of the same stuff. You got some of the same people around. So they watching you from a very early age and how you grew up, what your mom is, your back. So they watching you from there.
Yeah. So they,
you know what I'm saying? That's what these kids don't understand, man. And I told you, it's so weird that you even asked me to do an interview with you because I told you, me and my nephew all the time, he saved a lot of stuff, archive stuff, paperwork that I didn't even know from high school.
Hey, man,
look,
this ain't going to be the first one. We can do a part 2. Hey, if you want to, bro.
Oh, for sure. For sure we are. We are, because we're going to get deeper into, I want to give people everything that they need to know about me and how I came through and what were speed bumps that was in the road that was considered speed bumps for me. You need to understand, man, whenever you are in the limelight like that, you're going to have people that want to be part of it. In any way. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to
that's real. That's real.
If they feel like you they just want to be a piece. Because I had people all the time say, hey, man, you remember me? We was in the same class here. I remember everybody. I tell you the truth, for real. I remember everybody from high school and this and that. And a lot of times I used to just be like, yeah, there used to be people show up at the games that I never spoke to in high school. Let's say if I went to Philadelphia or something like that. It might have been somebody that went to school with me. But I never had a conversation with them. But now that I'm playing, there were people that showed up at the game like, yo, kid, hey. You know what I'm saying? And I would remember them from school to face, but we never had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of that, man. I think that was the only thing I didn't like about it was just trying to adjust to the lifestyle, man. Because everybody say, oh, man, if I was out there, I wouldn't care if I was sitting on the bench. Not if you was a true ball player.
So
and it's different.
So like in like the random cities that you would go visit, did you ever have somebody like, hey, get that? No me.
All the time. All the time. I mean, I told you, I saw people that I did go to school with, but I never said one word to them, and they never said nothing to me because we wasn't in the same circle. So there were times that I walked out of the game, after the game or before the game, yo, man, you go. And I did a couple of times. I did go somewhere because I was in their city. They did show me, hey, let's go over here. This is the place to be. But A lot of people, man, I just got to know once I went to the NBA, and I saw them from my hometown, but I never knew them.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Not like that. So
So
yeah.
like, who were some of your favorite teammates in the NBA, man? Like, who did you hang with? Did you hang with anybody that you played with?
Yeah, man. Yes.
We don't need none of the story, but like, well, you can give us a story. You give us a story and the name.
Yeah.
Too, man.
Nah, yeah, man. I remember George McLeod is like my brother. He went to Florida State.
Okay.
Great basketball player, man. He became like my brother. Dale Davis lived right around the corner from me now.
Come on, man.
You know, Dale Davis stayed like 8 minutes from me now, right around the corner from me.
Can you get him on the episode?
Oh yeah, for sure. Dale is right around the corner from me. Who else lived here in Atlanta? Sam Mitchell lived here in Atlanta. That played with me. But you got Dominique here, you got Gerald Wilkins, you got Pig Miller, you got Anthony Johnson, you got Drew Barry, you got so many people that live here in Atlanta.
Come on.
Josh Smith lived here. Joe Smith is here.
Keacher High School. That's like one of our rivals.
Yeah,
man. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But then you got everybody that's here in Atlanta, man, because it's a nice place to be. It's still.
It is, man. It is.
It's North Carolina.
You got any Mark Jackson stories, man? How was Mark Jackson?
Mark came the year after I left.
Oh man.
Mark came in 95.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Mark came in 95. He came the year after I left. But yeah, man, it's like this whole like you're talking about the NBA.
Yeah.
After the NBA, I got another whole 12, 13 years in
Europe.
Man,
we need that. We need all that,
see, that's what's so funny. And the funny thing is that a lot of people say, Kenneth, man, you don't look like you aged or changed at all. And part of that is because I was in Israel. And in Israel, they eat kosher. Yeah. So they don't eat meat and cheese. They don't eat a lot of greasy stuff. So as long as you eating the regular food, it's gonna keep you this way. You know, they don't have a lot of obesity. They don't eat a lot of fried stuff. So it keep you young.
Amari was over there, right?
Keep you young.
Amari Stoudemire was over there for a little bit, right? What was he over there?
In Jerusalem, the same team I played for. The same team. The same
Stop
team.
Playing, bro.
The same team,
Jerusalem. I need some of those.
The same team. Look, Amari went to Israel and fell in love with Israel just like me.
Yeah.
You know, he never went. He actually, I think some of his people is black Jews. At least that's what he said. And but he fell in love with Israel the same way I did. It wasn't about the food. It wasn't about nothing. I think it's like maybe we feel blessed or whatever because maybe we feel blessed because that's where we feel our gift came from or what have you. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something along those lines. But when you get there, Israel is a special place, man. It's
I gotta visit.
I can't really explain it, but it's a special place. My kids are Israeli.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
They live in Israel.
That's what's up, man.
So,
look, man, it's 7:30. We've been on for about an hour and 30. What you doing tomorrow? We can continue this story tomorrow, bro.
Hey, man, call me anytime because I told you we get ready. What I really need is I really want to try to push some stuff just so that my people in North Carolina know that, hey, I got you in my sights. I'm trying to work something out that I can get there and make something happen for these small towns, man.
Yes, sir.
Hereford, Edenton, Camden. They need it.
They need it, dog.
With the experience.
Yes, sir.
Because it's not going to get it with the coaches that's in these high schools now. Now, you got one First Flight down Currituck. He got good programs because he bring in coaches, he do clinics, and that's the way to get the players better.
Yeah.
If you don't do that type of stuff, your guys, you can't go through the whole summer without not having a summer league or something. Yeah. You can't go through the whole summer and then expect that with the knowledge that you have as a coach, expect to win something.
Right.
If you're not doing nothing with the players in the summer, and then you're waiting to the basketball season with the knowledge you have, you're always going to be in that position
Yes, sir.
at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
You have to have a summer league. You have to have a summer league with people that teach them.
You got to.
That's how it works, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try to do that for all. If I can't get in that, breaking that little circle in Elizabeth City, I'm going to do the next one. Camden, Currituck, Edenton, Hereford, because it's needed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You ain't lying.
It
is, man. It's
needed. You got to have the experience, because what I'm telling you, last thing, what I'm telling you, if you trying to go D1 so you can get a scholarship that your mom and dad ain't got to pay for, you have to be trained the right way to get that scholarship.
That's real, man.
And if you're not trained the right way, you're not going to get that scholarship.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to try to get in touch. I used to teach. I'm going to try to get in touch with one of my old principals, Miss Diane Stokes. Her husband, Mr. Stokes, is the athletic director. My cousin is the head basketball coach. I'm going to see if they can get something together so you can go and talk to these guys, man.
Exactly. That's what I want.
They need it.
That's what I want,
bro.
They need it, because I'm telling you, they going through high school in the 2A. And then people saying, well, why they not going to D1? Because they're not being taught the skills to be able to go and play in D1. That's why.
Real.
That's why they're not getting there. They got the talent, like what you said earlier. They got the talent, but now they need to be taught how to use the talent.
That's real.
Because coming from 2A, that's the only way you're gonna get a shot. If not, they go into the 4A and the 5A and the 6A school.
Gotcha. I got you.
So you have somebody coaching on that lower level that know what they're doing for us to be able to keep up with those 4A, 5A, and 6A players. That's the only way.
I got you.
That's the only way they're going to get a scholarship, man. So I have to do something.
Man, shoot.
And I'm glad that you reached out to me. I told you. And that's why I accepted this video.
Sir. I appreciate
because me and my nephew is working on some stuff, man. So I'm trying to help our small towns,
I appreciate that, man. Like I say,
No.
tomorrow, whenever you need me, you got this platform, bro. And whatever you want to give us, man.
Let me know. I want to give North Carolina, man, what they really need, and that's the knowledge of really how to play this game. Because that's the only way mom and dad ain't gonna have to pay for their school, is if they good enough to be able to play there. And they not gonna come to a 2A and get no 2A player if the coach is not good enough to teach him what he need to know. Because if he get to D1, he's not going to know what the other players from the 4A, 5A, and 6A schools know. He's not going to know.
That's real, man. I'm so
that's real.
So glad, bro.
Let me know, man.
I'm so
like
glad,
I said, I'm gonna include you in what I do, what we're doing with my nephew, because we're trying to get some footage.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to get some footage, and maybe you guys can link up together, and we can all, because he just got a couple of he got some new equipment that he got. We might be able to help him with that.
Let's do it. Then my brother-in-law make beats. Let's do it.
So I'm gonna turn. Okay, so I'm gonna turn you on into my nephew. Maybe y'all can be part of this documentary that we put together. So maybe your brother can make a nice sound bite for our video.
I got a writer, a guy that write professionally, do resume, he writes stories, all this stuff, man. Whatever you need, if you need a nice monologue.
Oh, I need that.
Yes, sir. If you need a nice monologue, just let them know what you want to say.
But I want somebody that's in. Why this is great is because you in a small town in North Carolina and you know Elizabeth City.
Sir.
You know, so that's why this is great, is because you're in a small town in North Carolina. And I told Julius, I said, Julius, look what this guy just sent me, man, about, this small town. How do we get better? And me and Julius been working on this, trying to put this together for the last, probably since I've been here. I only been in America for about 5 years.
Let's do it, bro.
I'm gonna put Julius on to you, man. I'm gonna have him to call you. Might have him to call you tonight.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
So text me your phone, your direct phone number in the messenger.
Got you.
And I'm gonna snap your screenshot. His name gonna be Julius Williams, so he probably gonna send you a friend request. Okay, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna put something together, man. We need y'all too.
Sir.
We need y'all.
I'm about to shoot it to you right now, man.
This.
And look, if you need any merch done, I know somebody that do shirts, hats, flow mats.
Yeah, that's what he does. He does elevated sportswear. He does elevated sportswear. So he's in his name Julius Williams. You might know him.
Oh, we good then. Julius Williams.
That's what I'm saying. named Julius
I'm gonna
Williams.
see if he on my friend list real quick. But yeah, man, look,
Look,
tomorrow what we gonna do is we're gonna have Kenny Williams on. We're gonna talk about Europe, Israel.
we're gonna talk mostly. We're gonna talk about how to get North Carolina back to where it produce players
Hey,
like me.
wherever you want to take it, bro. Wherever you want to take it.
That's
I'm
where we're
here
gonna
for it.
take it. That's what we got. I look, man, these small
I'm here
towns, man,
for
we
it.
got great players in these small
Yes,
towns.
sir.
We got great players. Like I said, look at Bam. They just came. We have great players
You
in
ain't
these small
lying,
towns in
man.
North
You
Carolina.
ain't lying.
And the thing is, you just don't have the coaches that have the knowledge to be able to take the player and take him to the next level. That's the problem that we
That's
have down
real.
there, because they prefer to go get a check from somewhere else than to go to a small town, because they don't really have those type of funds to give these people that want to coach. They ain't gonna they're gonna go somewhere else, Atlanta,
That's
Florida,
real, man.
you know.
I'm
So we're gonna get together. I'm gonna turn you on to my
yes,
nephew, man.
sir.
But my biggest focus is to make all of them towns around there, not just Elizabeth City, but Camden and Currituck, have a place or a platform that they can get better, so that mom and dad don't have to pay for no
Hey,
scholarship. But we have to get coaches in there that know what they're
yes,
doing.
sir.
And I'm willing to start
Yes,
today.
sir. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. I'm gonna turn you on, man. I got your number now because you just sent it to me. So I'm gonna put you on my nephew. He might give you a call or
Okay, that's
whatever.
cool, man. I'm gonna call.
All right.
I'm gonna call out a few names real quick. We talking about small teams, small towns, players that did
Okay.
it. My cousin, man, Lamont Gillum, great player. He didn't go. I don't know why. I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna talk to him and ask him why he didn't go.
I know why.
Oh, you know Lamont? You know my cousin? Oh, you know Lamont?
No, I'm just saying I know
Oh, okay.
why.
I thought you said
That's
you know my cousin.
that's
Um,
Mike. Where is he from?
Lamont from Plymouth. Uh, oh yeah, Hector, my
Oh,
boy
okay.
Hector up here, one of my old students, man. We had Sadez Norman, we had Piccolo, we had daggone Angelo Sharpless, we had Brandon Carter, Dunar, man, look, family. These guys were some of the best guys. Ramon Maldonado, some of the Montreal Carter, some of the best guys I've ever seen touch a basketball. Um, I believe they were
Right.
limited to the place they went. I wouldn't say, because the coaching, I would say they were limited because of the area, more to speak. I'm not sure, because East Carolina's right up the road. East Carolina could say, "Hey man, let me send some guys on down to Plymouth and see what's going on." A
Right.
girl, one of my family members did go to Kansas from Plymouth. Brittany Franklin. Yeah,
Okay.
Damian Linson, that's another one. Damian Linson played
Okay.
football. He
Okay.
Damian went to Central Michigan and played football. He set like all kind of bowl records, man. All kind of stuff. We need to get some of these small town heroes on, so they can speak. You know what I'm saying? Talk their journey, just like you, man. Because you got some more to go. We here
I
for
got
it,
a whole lot. This right here is just an appetizer
bro.
for
Hey,
me. This is just an introduction, you know. And then, like I said, what we
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think you. I can't hear you, man. Uh-oh. I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Well, hey, fire episode, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. This is Country Cousins Podcast. Country Cousins Podcast. Um, rock with us, man. We're gonna be back tomorrow night. This is a little appetizer. Y'all heard Kenny Williams, man. I'm gonna let that man speak. I'm gonna let that man go. Let him say what he want to say what he need to say for y'all to listen, man. Cassidy coming back in. We finna close this thing out real quick. I'm finna close this thing out. Peace. Two to the side. Yeah. It definitely would have been nice to have him there, Hector. We definitely, what we gonna do, man? Oh man, appreciate it, my boy. Appreciate it, my boy. Appreciate it, man. You already know Jermaine. Man, Cub, Ice T. You already know what's happening, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, Tay, I had to do it, bro. It's for the culture, man. It's for the culture. Uh, let me add my boy John in real quick. John, where you at, my boy? My boy. Oh, I can't.
I'm a step on this.
John, see, can you add yourself back in, my boy?
Dada, I'm a step on the slide. I'll step on it. I'm stepping on it.
Yeah.
Daddy, I'm stepping on it.
You stepping on it?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. With one feet.
I'm gonna see if I can add you back in, my boy. Oh man, my joint was on. What up, cuzzo? What's up? I don't know what's going on, man. I'm gonna see if I can bring John back on. John, see if you can add yourself back in, my boy. Okay, there you go. There you go. I just added you. There you go. There you go.
I'm back, bro.
Yeah. So that was
dope.
first. Come on, man. Look, man. Hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, we do what we can do when we can do. You dig? This is Country Cousin Podcast, man. This is 2/3. This is 2/3 of the dopest podcast out right now, man. The 2/3, man. 1, 2, and then my boy TT ain't here right now. But look, when he come back, it's gonna be back to regular scheduled program, man. So hey, rock with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Rock
We'll
with
do a
us,
little bit,
bro.
more on Zoom with more than like all three of us on the screen or something like that.
Yeah. When we get this
This is
Zoom
one
popping off, man. It's been look.
shout outs to Mr. Williams, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, Kenny Williams was a big lookout, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. The places that he took us.
I hope we can get him on Zoom because I got a little mini Dale Davis story from when I and my god brother was playing basketball at the gym that Dale works out at and Dale plays pickup at. And I got a Dale Davis.
Yeah, man. Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. We had a lot of love on that episode. We had a lot of love. A lot of people checking in. My little twin right here. A lot of people checking in. You feel me? Asking questions, man. I appreciate the cooperation. You know, red coat shoulder. You feel me? But it's empty now. Don't even worry about it. It's empty. But just know, man, we had a ball tonight, man. If y'all got questions, hit the comment. You know, if y'all got any suggestions as guests, you know, we got some singers coming on. We got some rappers coming on, man. We got hopefully I can get college football athlete, but we ain't gonna, you know, I seen him tap in that he went away real quick. You feel me? So if we can get a Virginia Tech athlete, I ain't gonna say his name. If we can get this guy from Virginia Tech, if we can get his brother from Old Dominion, if we can get his cousin from East Carolina. Hey man.
Hey, I'm gonna see if I can get a Tar Heel.
Hey. Oh yeah. Look, so
South Carolina get you caught.
see the thing about it is we ain't name dropping. We ain't name dropping, but we location dropping. You did.
We got an upcoming episode. I'm gonna speak to him tonight. I'm gonna when I get my brother William Graves on Chapel Hill. I want to talk to him about that Georgia Tech game where he caught fire. That Georgia Tech game.
Hey, Georgia Tech was my squad. Feel me? I mean, you know what I'm saying? My time in Atlanta. You know, cuz I'm gonna check you out, Dante, man. Look, I appreciate you and your dad, man. I appreciate you, you know, you and your dad. Man. Oh, you up here too? Hey, I need you, bro. I need both of y'all, man. I need both of y'all. Hey, what you got for me, big dog? I'll send you a care package, man. I'll send you something. No, I ain't supposed to say that. I ain't supposed to say that because I forgot NCAA the Mafia. Shh, I forgot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. NCAA the Mafia. Because, look, you can't get nothing for free.
Daddy,
What up, cuzzo? What's up, Jaquasia? You can't get nothing for free.
Dada, it's purple.
You can't even get... What's up, Cora? What's happening, man? I see it's purple. You can't get nothing for free, though, my boy. Look, if you was a college football player and I came to your game and I had a bag of Fritos, you think you could get them?
Yes.
They the Mafia, bro. They'll cut you off. They'll cut you off.
This Negro said a bag of freedom.
A bag of Fritos, yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, so
See,
look,
you
man.
buy that. I don't like that statement, but I'm gonna say that. For
So look, man. I got one. Well, I already answered on Facebook. Don't worry about it. But look, we talked about the other day. Master P buying Reebok.
we'll get into that one.
Now, as long as he don't release the man yachties or the mun yachties or whatever they call, we good money. all I ask y'all to do right now, go to your mobile device, go to Google, type in man
Hey,
yachty, mun yachty, or whatever it's called, man yachty or mun yachty, MONEY.
just getting started. Don't get us. We just getting started. Don't
Go and
don't
get in
bump
the
up the
comment
head.
section.
Hey, leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Hey,
Cause
man.
who knows, that man might be able to help us down the road. You leave that alone
Hey,
right now.
man, look.
Cause damn it, if
Hey,
we
man.
get sponsored by Yachty's, I'm taking it. I don't care what you say.
I ain't a Lloyd Banks fan, but Lloyd Banks said a long time ago, this gonna get uglier than the Masterpiece sneaker. He said,
Look, I don't care. If we get sponsored by that, I'm cutting that commercial.
come on.
Go down, Bobby Bobby's, get you a pair of them Mignati.
All right, bet, cuz we gonna get you on, man. We gonna talk about some of these, hey, man, John, you said you get you some of them Magnanis.
Yeah, take you right up, going down to Weeksville Road, Liberty City State Bookstore, get you a pair of them brand new Mignatis.
Hell no. Hey, but one episode, what we gonna do, bro? We're gonna get our family on, and we're gonna talk stories growing up. Might be some embarrassing stories.
Nah,
it might
man.
be some stories when you got your tail toe up. But we got to go there. We got to go there. We got to visit. We got to visit. We got to visit there.
Hey, but
appreciate it, Trail, man. Hey, we need to get you on too, cuz. We need to get you on too.
Let's go. Let's go. Go hit us with that rap, and we got to brainstorm on the phone.
Oh yeah. All right. Last segment, man. Before we close this thing out, man. Let them hoes have it. Let them hoes have it. Look, so this segment right here isn't about women. Let them hoes have it is a segment about anything that's made you mad for this week, anything that's pissed you off for this week, anything that has you your gears grinding. John, you want to go?
I'll be with you, bro. Like it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Can you and me go
buy?
Yeah.
Ain't really been ticked off yet. I've been saying that ain't true. I've been saying, my brother's segment today. So I'm our brother's segment today. I'm in a good mood. I ain't got nothing more to happen. I'm good.
All right, so today at work, right? So you know what I'm saying? I work at this place where I can't, you know what I'm saying, type say where I work it or what I do, you feel me? Cause goddamn, you feel me? But man, shit, goddamn, I can tell you. Man, look, don't even worry about it. I can tell you. I put the hot dogs on the bun at 7-Eleven. I can go and tell you. Fuck it. I can go and Look, I go and tell you. I put the hot dog on the bun and put the ketchup and mustard on you for your 7-Eleven. Don't. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. Okay. So I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? John, why you looking like that?
Cuz, man, you baby. I had to pull it down. They can't see my eye, cuz.
So
I had to pull it down.
I'm at, you know what I'm saying? I'm at work doing what I got to do, feel me? You know what I'm saying? Flipping the dogs over, making sure the rotisserie lines are even and grilled up, make sure they got the, you know what I'm saying, the grill lines on the motherfucker, feel me? So doing that, whatnot. Dude tell me, hey bro, it ain't clean up under this machine, my boy. So I was like, hey dude, don't nobody clean under that machine, my boy. Don't nobody clean under there. I said, look.
Why you singling me out?
Yeah, I said, what about over there in the little corner there, mom? I said, what about in the corner over there? Oh, nah, that's all right. That's cool over there because you can't get over there, but you're going to have to clean under this right here. I said, look, dude. I ain't going to be the first one or the only one cleaning this up because you asked me to do it. Okay, no, you want me to do it? I do it. I say, no, you know what? Don't even worry about it because I don't want you to be petty and write me up over some stuff that I didn't do because I didn't do it. So you know what? I got you. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I went on and did it. I mean, I talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? I cussed them out on the way explaining it. But at the same time, I just want to let them know I won't have them that. Let them hoes have it. They're mine. They're mine. They're mine right there. They're mine.
Hey, yo, it's been another great episode.
Another great episode. Oh man, you know it's a great episode. That man dropping his video receptacle.
Somebody give me in the head.
Man dropping his video.
Took all the money.
Hey man, look. By the way, please hit John in his DM and tell him that he needs to create a YouTube channel for truckers. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please somebody hit him in his DM and say, hey man.
I don't want to see you, dog. I get wild out here. They ain't ready for all that.
Tell them y'all need that.
They gonna have to subscribe to Patreon.
Hey man, we've been on this thing about 2 hours, cuz. God.
Hey yo, no man, you got to chop and screw this.
Hey, nah, this on Facebook. This going raw. This straight live.
I know. I'm about to be off here. I'm glad I'm not driving.
Huh?
I'm glad I'm not driving.
It's live, bro. It's live.
It's live, baby. Yeah.
Anybody that wants to be on the episode after we get Kenny straight, man, you know, because he gonna be on for another 2. He got a lot of shit to say, man. He got a lot of stuff to say. Excuse me
Hey,
for my
bro,
Christian
next episode, we gotta try to get him on Zoom. Because I know TT from Welding, that's another.
Yeah, we can do it.
No, he a hooper too. So.
Hey, hey, Derek. Hey, hold on, bro. That nigga Darius Wilson. That Darius said John still eating them big Texas though.
Hey, look, bro. I don't eat them jokes no more.
Oh shit. Oh man, all right, man. Look, it's been another episode, man. We appreciate y'all.
And throw them in the microwave.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, man. From the 8, 9 up to 15 to 22, back down to 6, up to 12, down to 7. Hey man, we appreciate all 44 y'all eyes. 30 of y'all, that was the 15 in here, then the 15 times 2 is, don't worry about it. Anyway, 12 people. 12 people. So look, man.
Counting viewers like Smokey count money.
Hey, we finna sign out, man, until tomorrow. Look, real quick. Do you think this could be a weekly show? Like maybe like 2 nights out the week?
Like
Like on
Definitely.
Facebook Live. Because look, we could do this. We could do this. We can record on Facebook Live a show.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Country Cousin Podcast. Holler at y'all. Cassidy, say peace. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.